Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Oh my gosh, it even sounds better. Okay, cool. Okay, and let me know if you can still hear me even now. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Oh man, it's a miracle. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't know where it cut off, so I'm just gonna reiterate what I said.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a regular, just like tarot pull at first. And it's just gonna be however your angels want me to lay it out. Usually it's like past, present, future, a few messages from your angels, like spirit guides, like loved ones who have passed. And then a few cards that are like for things to watch out for. And that doesn't necessarily mean something negative. It just means things to be aware of as you go through your future because like obviously things aren't always going to be on uphill, so they want to kind of guide you in the best way possible to avoid going more downhill than you need to, kind of a thing.
Okay.
I like to do this part blind because I just like to see what happens. And that way I can get a better idea of what's going on and what they want to kind of like focus on with you. And then I'm going to pull some other decks that I have, just depending on what they tell me to pull. And then I usually finish with like angel number cards, which usually tend to be almost like the spark notes of everything that we went over. They always seem to correlate with everything that we just talked about. So it's kind of nice to have like a little summary
Oh.
at the end.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. And then we'll just kind of go from there. We'll see if like you need to get some Reiki or anything like that. That's just like where I'm gonna check your chakras, see if anything's like out of whack or like clogged or anything like that. And that's kind of like an Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if you really watch that show,
Not in a
but it's almost
long
like
time.
different pools. So there's like, okay, so there's like different pools of energy within you, and sometimes
Okay.
there's blockages in those pools. So then things don't flow the way that they're supposed to.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, it'll be kind of fun. We'll see how everything goes. And if you have any questions at all during any of this, you're more than welcome to ask me, or even if I'm like in the middle of drawing cards and like telling you stuff, if there's things that you want to chime in or have me, I guess, like go further into, let me know at any point.
Okay.
And then after this like initial pull too, or even during, you can kind of let me know if there's things that you want me to kind of focus on. Luckily, like your angels already are gonna kind of tell me what you like your soul really needs to focus on, but that way too, like, if there's something that you want me to kind of pull for in particular, we can touch on.
Okay.
Perfect. Do you have any questions or anything so far?
No, everything's pretty
Uh,
straightforward from what you're telling me.
okay, I'm like, hopefully it's not like too much for you. I know it's kind of a lot.
No, I mean
Okay.
I'm all into like paranormal type stuff, which just kind of lean in towards. So I kind of know some stuff because I watch a lot of stuff and whatnot.
Yeah? What do you normally like to watch?
Well, usually
Do
right
you have like a
now,
favorite show?
well, I wouldn't say it's a show. It's on YouTube. Two wrestlers that I love actually. They do ghost hunting when they're not like wrestling. So it's fun for me. It's
That's
pretty
so fun.
cool. I'm
That
actually
sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm actually gonna meet one of them at a convention next Saturday. I'm gonna meet one of them. My wife and I. We're gonna meet them. So I'm pretty excited.
Oh my gosh, I hope you guys have so much fun. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, we're so excited.
I love it. Have you ever had readings done by your wife?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Hey, no, you're good. I was just curious because I know that you said that your wife does it. It's funny because my husband's never had a reading from me either. He's too scared. So I
She's
was just curious.
she's interested in it, but I don't
Mhm.
think she's ever done. If she has, it's before I was even with her. If I had to take a guess, I don't. I'm not sure if she's done one at all.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready to dive in?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be starting with your kind of like deep past. That usually has to do with like your childhood. Um, I feel like it's gonna have to do with more like kidhood. So like between like the ages of like 5 and I would say like 12 to 13. Um, but it can also have to do with like teenagehood too.
Hmm.
So we're gonna go ahead and draw on it. Sometimes it's things that we have to remember for whatever we're going through in life, and sometimes it's things that we have to release. So we'll just kind of see what they want to
Hmm.
tell you.
Good thing I have a good memory then.
Yeah, good. So it definitely feels like a lot of your passions that you have now were really driven from those sparks that you got in kidhood, like childhood. It feels like with like video games, honestly with like wrestling and stuff too, and with something else that you do. There's three big things that I feel like you had a big spark in your childhood that like is really driving you now, career wise, especially through different paths. And it is really cool because I feel like if you haven't already, you're really being able to bring all those things together rather than feeling like you have to juggle so many things at once. Which is actually a really cool thing because usually people feel like they have to work two jobs or do two different things at once in order to feel that fulfillment. But it seems like you have the ability and creativity to throw them all into like it's almost like a hybrid position at a job or something, like where you're doing all the different jobs at once, but it's still like one position kind of a thing, which is really, really cool. It feels like there was a good amount of stability around you, even when the parent figures in your life weren't maybe doing their job the best. It definitely feels like whether that like stability was within you or with like family that took care of you or family friends that took care of you, if things ever got like a little rough, it really shows that that stability has given you peace and strength within yourself that you didn't feel too lost in that point of your life. Like you were still able to be a kid for the most part, which is also really incredible because I feel like that's something that you can give your family going forward too. And it has given you the guidance to do that as well. So now we're going to go into more recent past. So this would I would say would be like in the last like 8 years is what they're kind of saying.
Okay.
Um, it does feel like it feels like you've been fighting. I don't
Huh.
know what you've been fighting, but it definitely feels like you've been having to stand your ground pretty strongly.
Yeah.
It feels like there's definitely people around you who try to kind of either mock you, laugh at you, try to like make you feel smaller than what you are. But you've done a really great job of being able to hold your ground. And something else that they want you to know is that that part of your life is now going to be part of your past. This is something that you're coming out of and isn't going to be a big part of your future going forward.
Oh God, I hope so.
Right? So you're present right now. It does feel like some pretty big things are going to be happening in your life. It feels like right now is actually a pretty big milestone in your life. But it also feels like right now you will be kind of like a shining light for some people to come to you. It feels like it has to do with networking. So it feels like you are kind of having stability, but you're shining your light and you're bringing in the right people that need to come into your life to help you moving forward. And that you guys will all kind of help each other moving forward, creating some kind of a community, which will be really special. And it's cool too because you've shown them just with just a little glimmer of your skills and your accomplishments. And they haven't even seen all the things that you've done yet and all the things that you truly have to offer. And they're coming from just what you've shown them, which is great because you don't have people who are coming because they see all these big things and they want you to take them there. They see bits of you that are special and that inspire them rather than them trying to like hop on the ride of your success. You guys will all work together to create your own successes as well as successes together. And it's hard because it might not feel that way right now necessarily, because they are coming, but they're not here.
Hmm.
And right now, it's like maybe feeling a little bit alone in the moment where you're like waiting for those people to come because they're not quite here. They've
Interesting.
only seen your light. They're not all the way in your life yet. They've
Huh.
just noticed you and they're heading towards you. But it does feel like a little bit alone, a little bit like hermit
Huh.
in a way right now. Um,
Interesting.
But the isolation with it is just going to give you even more stability going forward. It feels like stability is actually a really cool thing in your life, because not everybody has stability. And it's interesting because not only do you have like stability around you, but you have a lot of stability truly within you. It's like you are the pillar in other people's lives. And I don't think that you always realize that. So that's just something, a little something that they really wanted to tell you as well.
I feel like I knew
So,
that. I feel like I knew that.
yeah.
I feel like
Um,
I feel like that's something that I'm proud of doing that for someone, being
mhm.
the sun on the darkest days for people. I'm proud of doing that, and I do it all the time. So that makes sense. I can see that completely.
I love that. And I feel like one of the big things that you need to give yourself a pat on the back for is that you have climbed a pretty tough mountain here recently. And you're at the peak, and that's also what you're doing when you're shining your light. It's almost like you're a lighthouse right now for people to inspire them to climb their own mountains too. I don't think that this is the biggest mountain you're going to face by any means, but you've definitely accomplished something that wasn't easy, but was very monumental for you right now. Okay, so near future. Um, so this one is a little bit more personal. It does feel like you and your wife have very strong thoughts, and sometimes that can clash a little bit, but they want you to know that there is a lot of beauty in that because having two strong people that can challenge each other helps to build each other, but also you guys help each other grow and help each other create a strong foundation for your relationship and family. So even when things start to get a little sharp, I guess is a good way of saying it, where you're like, oh, okay, that's a little
Yeah.
like it feels like a sword's coming at you. It's something because you can't just sit around and be roommates. Like it shows how much like passion and love that you guys have for each other, but constantly wanting each other to grow and build and be on your toes, but in the best way. But you guys really do create a really cool, strong foundation for your relationship and family and your life. She is a very, very strong factor in who you are right now, as well as not just having strength, but being able to protect that strength. Okay. So, more into the, I guess, like far future. So, more in the next like 8 years. Um, I don't know why they keep having 8 years. It's
I
such a
was gonna say,
weird
do you know
number.
why it's 8 years? It's usually everyone's like, oh,
Nope,
5 or 10 years. No, I'm getting eight.
no, you're at 8 years. I don't know if something happened 8 years ago or it's going to be 8 years from now. You're going to be like, oh,
Huh?
but they just keep saying something about 8 years. I don't know why it's such a specific number. It's not normally so
8 years.
specific,
What the hell?
but
What the hell was 8 years ago? Now I gotta look at what
I
year
don't
that
know,
was.
man.
What year was 8 years ago?
I don't, 8 years ago
Was that
was
2018?
2015?
What?
No, yeah, no, sorry. No,
17?
2017. 2017. I love that we came up with that at the same time.
That's when I met my wife. That was 8 years
Stop
ago.
it.
Yeah.
Stop it right now. I was gonna say, was there like,
Met my wife
well, there we go.
20. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So that's why it's eight apparently. Okay. Sure.
That's why it's 8. And it's kind of funny that like the thing that happened 8 years was like you fighting, and then like they're kind of touching on like, okay, stop it right now.
Yeah.
Wait. So it's kind of funny because like then with your guys' relationship card, the one that I just read, it's actually number 8. It's 8 of Swords.
Is that good?
Man, 8 is your special number. Yeah, no, it just keeps popping up. Man. Okay, so later down the road, 8 more years.
Yep.
Within the next 8 years, you're gonna have some new pathways open up to you, some that you didn't really know were going to be your calling or be the path that you're going to take. So I would say just trust your heart, trust the light within you, and trust like, what you feel like feels right to you. And don't try to set something up of like, okay, in the next 5 years, I have to be doing absolutely this. I feel like try to make your goals more general and don't make them too specific because let's say your goal, this is going to be a stupid analogy, bear with me. But let's say your goal is to get to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
You can either say, my goal is I have to fly to the beach. I want to be there in an hour or whatever. Or you could be like, I just want to get to the beach. And even if it's like a crazy road that take you down these like cool journeys that you didn't expect, you still got to the beach. But if you're like, I guess goal for yourself is that you flew there, then you didn't achieve your goal, even though technically you were on a better path by doing all these fun things on this road trip rather than just flying there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
I'm like, I know that was kind of a ramble, but yeah. So it's like instead of saying like I have to get there a certain way, just say where you want to be and let your gut and your heart just like guide you however way they want you to get there.
Okay.
Okay. So some little extra messages from your angels is even though you're able to kind of put all of your skills and passions into a kind of like specific job and position, which is super cool, they do want you to kind of be aware of um, starting to take on too much too. I feel like they want you to focus on the things that truly bring you a spark and joy, not just things that you're good at. Because there is a difference there. You know, you can be good at baseball, but it doesn't mean that now you have to make that your career.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the things that truly bring you that joy because you don't want to spread yourself too thin. And make sure too that you are always pouring back into yourself, you know, respecting your emotions, respecting how things make you feel, and also allowing, you know, your wife to be a comfort in that too. Always, you know, show her exactly how you're feeling, like be vulnerable. It doesn't mean that every time, you know, a little feeling comes up, you have to tell her, but when you're having a big thing and you feel like you have to be strong and not show her, that's not how you're supposed to be, I guess, like approaching that situation. You really need to be able to fully open up, not partly, but fully let her know your thoughts and feelings because she's going to help you work through that in ways that you didn't realize were possible. And know too that with a lot of your goals right now that you've been working really, really hard towards, you are almost at the end of that cycle. So you're approaching the end and your, I guess, like finish line that you've been working so hard to get to. So know that there's some really good things coming with that. But just know too that when you reach the end, the beautiful thing about life is that there are cycles. It doesn't mean that that's just the end. Then it will be time for you to focus on what the next step in your life will be. So maybe kind of focusing a little bit on not only like reaching your finish line, but what you want to do with the prize.
Right.
And whenever things do start to get a little tough or you feel like you're getting a little overwhelmed, don't be afraid to kind of come back into your like little stability bubble. Like, don't be afraid to kind of like take yourself away from things and take that moment to think, like in your room or whatever is your safe place. Because a lot of those answers and stability and honestly, peace and quiet are within you. So allow yourself to separate from everything else when you need those things and kind of isolate yourself for a minute so that you can reapproach things with like a fresh set of eyes. Something that they want you to kind of just be aware of, kind of look out for, is making sure that you aren't, I guess, taking unnecessary pauses either. Like if you feel like you need to be doing something, don't just stop and wait and see what's going to happen or, you know, see if it will happen. Like if you're feeling pulled to do something, jump into it instead of having yourself like just sit and watch because that's not where you're supposed to be in your life right now. You're not supposed to just be sitting and watching. You're still in a place that you're supposed to be doing and making things actually happen and making things a reality. It's not quite time for your pause yet. You will have a pause and you will have a break, but you're just not quite there.
Okay.
And you will have a lot of success and stability in your like your career, your finances, and things like that. It might still be juggling different things, but they want you to know to focus on the core things and not just the things that start to give you that almost give you like that second of serotonin in a way. Again,
Oh,
kind of back
okay.
to that baseball thing, just because you're like, okay, that kind of felt good. You know, in your heart where you're supposed to be putting all of your energy into. So don't, start to dabble in things that, maybe honestly that aren't really going to serve you in the long run. Right now in your life, you're supposed to be focusing on the things that you want to see yourself doing in 8 years. Back to our eights. Always
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Always 8.
And they want you to know too that by doing that doesn't mean that you're going to feel like you're not doing enough. Because you definitely are still doing a lot. Just because you're not doing jobs doesn't mean that you're not doing four,
Yeah.
Focus on like what you're doing. You're doing a lot more than what most people can handle. So don't keep wanting to almost like stretch yourself thin just so you can say that you did something else or like up your number, because that's not what this is about right now. And honestly, that's something that might come up in your life quite a few times where you'll feel like, okay, but I could do that. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you're supposed to. And I feel like there's always like a little thought in your head that's like, okay, but I don't really need to. You don't need to prove to yourself that you can do something because you know that you can. So just focus on the things that you feel like you should be doing and that are actually going to benefit you, your family, and your life in the next couple of years. Is there anything you want me to draw more on in any of these before I shuffle the next deck? I know that was kind of a lot. I hope these things are resonating with you.
There's been one thing
because that was definitely a lot.
One thing sticking the whole time was the one about stability in my childhood, about possibly like a parent not being like, around or not doing the job. I've never felt that ever in my childhood, which sticks out in my head because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who it could be because family-wise, as a kid, I thought I had the perfect childhood. My parents would say otherwise. I say I had a perfect childhood. I don't care. I had a fucking blast in my childhood.
I think the key to it was just what you said. So parents are never perfect, and we just can't be. Yeah. So I feel like what they were trying to say is like, even if someone was failing at it, you never felt that because you were constantly still surrounded. Somebody always picked up the ball. Let's say your mom dropped the ball one day, your grandpa or your dad, like somebody else always had the ball in their hand. So you never felt that failure. That's what they were kind of trying to say with that, is that like, even if somebody wasn't doing it right, you still were constantly surrounded with that support so that you never felt like you were falling. Kind of a thing.
Yeah, because my parents.
Is that a better way to kind of describe that?
No, it makes sense. Because my parents had me when they were a lot younger. They were 20, 21. So, they had to figure it out. So my father used to work at like the graveyard shift, third shift. My mom would work in the day. And when my dad slept when he got home from work, I'd be at my grandparents' house because my mom would be at work. My dad's exhausted from work, but as a kid, I was like, I don't care. I'm at Nana Papa's. I don't care. And I had a blast.
That's so funny because that's like kind of exactly what they were saying when we first started talking. It's like, even if your parents weren't there, like your grandparents or somebody else was taking care of you. You're never like left out in the cold,
No, never.
That's like something so amazing is that like they created that stability around you. Like you always had it so that you could have it within you. You didn't feel that crumble as a kid that like makes you start to lose your self-confidence. Okay, that's a good way. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put these back really fast, and I'm gonna grab the next one.
All right.
But you feeling pretty good so far?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm throwing a lot on you.
You're almost just throwing everything at me I already know is pretty much all it is. It's all stuff I kind of know about myself. It's just
Hey, no,
funny
that's
hearing it.
good.
It's funny hearing it
It's
from
kind
you
of
and the cards because I'm like, what are you in my house? Like how do you know that? You know what I mean? Like,
there's something like weirdly validating about it.
well, it's like the
Where you're
one
like,
about
oh,
the 8 years of like battling and standing my ground. I'm like, are you in my phone reading all my text messages or something? Well, wait, what the hell's going on here?
I love it. I love it so much. But something that just popped out like as I'm shuffling this is if it ever gets too much and you need a little break from constantly challenging each other in the best way, because I'm not saying challenging each other like you guys are fighting. Like, no, I just mean like you guys challenge each other to keep each other strong and keep each other being able to handle anything that the world has to throw at you guys. But if you ever need a break and feel like it's a bit too much, do not be afraid to let your wife know. That was just one more thing to kind of pop out. Because sometimes it can be a lot. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
when you're in a relationship and you guys joke around a lot. Sometimes you're not in the joking mood. Don't be afraid to let her know, hey, you know, maybe today we can do something different. Or, sometimes you'll even surprise yourself, like, hey, let's make pasta tonight. Like just like little
Yeah.
things that that can be just that little shift. They do want it's interesting because usually like when the cards kind of focus on relationships, it's maybe because there's something like wrong, but they want to focus on your relationship because of the good things in it. They really want to remind you of because you guys definitely have a special relationship and no relationship is ever perfect. But for some reason right now, they feel like you need a little extra reminder of how special it is and how much it has changed you as a person, but in the best ways, as well as her. Sorry if you just hear my card shuffling.
Yeah, I hear him. Hey, you do better than I do. I'll tell you that. You'd hear me be, oh man,
Oh man,
I gotta pick them up. Hold on.
it's rough. These cards are huge. They're like as big as my hand, so
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
getting
them
there.
in the reel you posted showing all the like the tarot cards and everything. I was like, I didn't realize they were that big.
Oh, those ones are even like my smaller ones.
Like to me, I thought they were like the size of like a Pokemon card or something. You know, like just a
Oh my
normal playing
gosh.
card. I didn't know it was that big of a damn card.
I know. These ones, the ones in my hand, I'll have to send you a picture of some of my other ones. They're huge. It's like, oh my Lord, how am I supposed to shuffle these?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't
so
believe it. That's insane.
so this is going to have to do with relationship, but also certain things that need to be released and certain things that need to be remembered and addressed, but in a good way. Because sometimes we forget certain good things that happen,
Yeah.
and we just need a little refresher. Okay. So this first one is something that needs to be released. I think, and this is not talking bad about anybody, so just keep that in mind. This is all positive stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes it can feel a little, okay, this is just the word that they want me to use. Take this with a grain of salt, but a little bit smothering at times. Being so close to somebody all the time. I'm not sure whose end this is on, but sometimes it can just like feel like a lot where it's hard to sometimes find things that you do that are not always together and still being like, I mean, once you're married, you are one.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be a lot because you don't feel like you're your own person anymore. Everything that you do affects that person, reflects on that person, and same thing back to each other. Um,
Yeah,
and
I already know which way that's leaning. I know who that's going towards. I already know that. My
I
wife is
think
my wife's attached to me as soon as I'm off work. I can't get a breather. I already know. I know
this
who that's
literally is
telling.
called Soul Cage, Rescue, Escape from Captivity and Restriction. It feels very restricting right now. And I feel like this is funny because this is a thing that you need to release. And it's not because you're not grateful to be married. It's not because, you can't feel that way by any means. But maybe what this is reflecting is, and trying to address is possibly helping her find her own spark too. Like she can have more than one spark. Like right now, it feels like you are her spark of her day, like the highlight of her day.
Absolutely.
Um, and it feels like that's a lot of pressure on you, but like you don't have to do anything to be that spark. You just have to exist.
Yeah.
And that's really special. But she's allowed to have more than one spark in her day. And I think that right now she needs to be able to kind of like focus on that and like try to find those things. It can be hard, it definitely can, but now it's time for her to start branching out and trying new things and finding things that also can bring her joy. It doesn't have to necessarily be a new hobby because I think that there's a little fear on both ends of if she finds a new hobby, she might jump in too much and then you might like lose her to that or like all of her energy is going to go to that instead of you. I feel
Right.
like on both ends that's a little bit of a
Hmm.
because she's worried about not having like you know what I mean? She's worried that like, I feel like when she gets like a hobby or jumps into something, she jumps into things with her like whole heart. And
Hmm.
so it's almost can be like a little obsessive at times, not in a bad way, but just like, like when you're excited about something new, like let's say when people first start getting Pokemon cards and then that's suddenly all they're doing. They're looking up things about Pokemon cards, they're
Hmm.
buying Pokemon cards, they're going to stores. Their whole life is now around Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
So
I don't
I
think she's
think,
like that. I don't see her like that.
no,
I'm trying to think. The same hobbies
I
she
don't.
has, the only obsession that she has, but it's soothing and relaxing for her, is like arts and crafts, and that's what she does. If I'm recording
Oh, I love
videos and
that.
stuff, that's what she does for her fun. Colors, coloring books, all that. That's what she does for her hobbies. But I wouldn't call them obsessive.
I love, I feel like,
For her with her ADHD, like something like that is perfect for her because she how
yeah,
she explains it to me because I don't have it. Obviously, I don't know. She says it helps stimulates everything in her brain because she gets to focus and does all the different colors and it kind of helps her. It helps her go at ease after a day of work or whatever. It
yeah.
helps her
I
relax.
feel like, I feel like that ADHD thing does kind of like explain a little bit though, because like sometimes people with ADHD, when they do hop into something, they get like excited about it.
Oh, she
Does
gets
that kind of make
excited.
sense?
Oh yeah, she's excited.
So I don't mean like she doesn't care about anything else, but that's like where her mind is at that moment.
Yeah, like if I
It's
text
hard for her
her
to focus on other things.
If I text her right now, we're going out to dinner tomorrow night. That's all she'll talk about until we leave go out the door to go out to dinner. That's how she is.
I think
Hundred
that's
percent.
like kind of what I'm picking up on with that like Pokemon thing where it's like once there's something, like that's all she thinks about.
Yep.
It's like, and now it's like, she's looking up, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I
She'll
feel
definitely do that.
like,
Yeah. Not with hobbies, but with certain. I don't want to call them hobbies because going out to eat isn't really a hobby, but certain I guess
yeah,
events or activities per se. She
no,
gets real
definitely.
excited about. But like hobbies, she doesn't get
I,
excited for that. She just does the same couple hobbies just like I do, and we just do what we love to do, and that's how we do it.
I feel like she should try some more hobbies too. I really do.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's just like all I'm really like getting from that is like trying some more things than just the arts and crafts because I feel like she has a lot of talent, but I don't think that she's figured out the like perfect outlet for it, which is kind of interesting. Not saying that she's not good at what she does, but it
Yeah.
feels like there's something that she could really, really, really like feel good doing and like be successful at that I don't know that she's tapped into yet,
Hmm.
which is kind of fun. I mean, but it does. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Hold up, hold up. Um,
Oh, I'm
so it's
holding
kind of
on.
funny that you. I know it's kind of funny that you brought up the arts and crafts because the other card that I drew on this is like somebody holding like all these shells and like all these like fun
Huh.
little trinkets and everything.
Yep. Sounds like her.
And it's it's talking about clutter, declutter, and choice, and it's called the crane bag. Um, I do feel like I don't know. I guess she already has kind of found a little bit of a balance in it. I don't know. I feel like there's not much more to say about her crafts and everything. I guess that they just want her to try some new things because she's already mastered what she's put out to do, where
Mm.
she doesn't get too cluttered. She doesn't get like feel like she has to throw everything away. I feel like everything's so balanced right now that now it's like, okay, let's master the next thing. So we'll
I,
kind of
I
see where that goes.
I did try to tell her to start like an Instagram page, like after she finishes whatever she colors or draws. I said, and post it, see what happens. Go from there, because she draws stuff for me, and I have like 5, 6 pictures
Really?
somewhere in my office. Yeah, I have a.
I
She
think
draws stuff
that
all the
she
time.
should.
She has
I really think that
she
she
has the
should.
account. She just doesn't post consistently. I don't know if it's. I mean, life happens, so we get busy, and this has been
Uh-huh.
a ridiculous year for both of us. So it's been tough, but she did start posting for a bit. Like let's see what she's done off the top of my head. She's done the Attack Titan. You know, Aaron Yeager from Attack on
Yeah.
Titan. She's done
Oh my God, that's so
Mjolnir, Thor's
cool.
hammer. She's done Captain America's shield, and she's done Master Chief.
Dang. I think that she should post them. The next card kind of for that is like reclaiming your authenticity, which I feel like is more about like sharing everything and sharing the cool things that you create because I feel like does she work?
Yeah, yeah, she works.
I feel like the people like at work and like I guess the people who aren't super close to her, I don't know if they see how cool she is and like talented she is. Does she share it very often with others or not really?
With work people, I honestly have no idea. We
Okay.
both had the same kind of mentality with work people. You work with them, you're not friends with them. We both kind of
Yeah.
have the, we're there to make money, not make friends type deal. Is how we
Yeah.
are. Well, it's different for me. I work with my father and his best friend, so I practically work with family. But besides them, yeah, you're just my coworker. Other than that, you're my teammate. That's it. After that, I don't.
Hmm.
Outside of work, I don't want to see or talk to you. I don't want to.
I do love that. It is kind of interesting. The next card I pulled was guide, mentor, trustworthy ally. I feel like you're going to be the one to help her more with this Instagram. I feel like she might not. I don't know if it's like it's almost like her mind is so all over the place. It's not like easily pinpointable.
Oh, don't even
It
get me
feels like
started
it's
on
like
that.
there's like
Oh man.
there's like one point it's like part of me is like okay she doesn't feel super motivated to do it but then she doesn't really know what she wants to do but then like she kind of wants to do it but then she doesn't want to do it it's like kind of all over the place so maybe being like hey you know what like it doesn't have to be a big thing it can be something small like
Were you
just
talking to my
give it a
wife before
go.
we did this or something?
I feel like that's where everything got confusing at first, is because it felt like you're the one who feels like you're in a soul cage, and she's just got her like little bag of goodies. And it feels like there's like so much kind of bouncing where it's like, I feel like there's a part of her. I know that you said that you don't see it too much, but maybe like with the dates and everything, where she does worry about getting overly obsessive with stuff. And I feel like that's like, it's either she's unmotivated or she's worried about getting overly obsessive with the Instagram thing and putting too much pressure on herself. But then she like doesn't really care that much. And it's like all over the place.
If I
So
had
I don't
to
really know
guess,
what.
knowing her, it would be one she forgot. That's probably definitely one option because she's a professional at
It does
forgetting
feel like a
stuff.
squirrel,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but I
hundred
love
percent.
that. That's so
100%.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We say that all the time. Whenever we'll just have a conversation, she somehow left field another conversation, and we just go squirrel because it's just like how it
I,
goes. But
but I
she either
feel like
forgot or she isn't motivated because she doesn't believe in herself, which I hate that she's like that to herself because she
yeah.
shouldn't feel that way. Because I see her, obviously I see all her drawings and colorings. I mean, she's in my house, of course I see it,
Uh-huh.
and it's honestly it's fantastic work, and I love everything she draws. She at first thought I'd be embarrassed to hang up the pictures. Like I was like, hell no, hang it up. What are you waiting for?
I love that. It's so interesting because this last card I drew, it's kind of like off from the others, and it's just transparency. And I feel like what that is just saying like I don't know, it gave me like a heartfelt feeling. It felt like it's like this is all the things that like he loves about her. He loves like her honesty, her authenticity, her like genuine everything, and just how present she is with you in the moments that you guys spend together,
Hmm.
which is really, really cool.
Yeah, she's
It's
my
just like, I don't
world.
know, it's just something kind of beautiful. I love that so much. I love that so much. It's so cool. And I hope that like I don't know, I feel like it's time to try to get her to do even more for not just you guys and not just you, but even more things for herself that she has like a physical footprint to look back on.
Mm.
Because thoughts are so fleeting that if she were to have like a portfolio on Instagram or something, she can look back and see progress that she's made and all these things. Because I just feel like with how it is right now, it's always in the present.
Hmm.
And sometimes if we're looking at ourselves every day, we don't see the progress that we made because we're not comparing ourselves to a year ago. Is that a good way of describing it?
For her,
I don't know if that sounds
um,
weird.
no, it doesn't sound
Okay.
weird. It just doesn't sound like her. Um,
Because she doesn't really need to compare.
yeah, she's not a,
Or,
she's not really a compare person. Like she loves like seeing memories and stuff we've done, like Facebook memories. She loves seeing
hmm
those, but or Snapchat memories, whatever app she decides to be
hmm
on that day. Um, like she loves looking at the past, but she's not like doesn't really compare
hmm
anything really. She's like, oh look, this is what we did, and then that's kind of just how it is. Like she doesn't say, I wish we were doing that again, or I wish we could do it. Nothing like that. It's just she's happy we did it, and then she moves on.
I love that. I don't know. I feel like I love that. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she might be coming into like a point of her life in the next like 3 years, another weirdly specific number, that it might be nice for her to have things to look back on more easily, like at a glance.
Hmm.
So I would just say if you feel like that's where you're kind of getting drawn to do, I would definitely help her kind of just start, even if it's just one post. It doesn't have to turn into something crazy. But I feel like even if you posted like 1 to 3 things together,
Yeah.
I feel like it would have a really significant impact on you guys. They're not really telling me why or how, but they're just saying like, you guys need to just do it.
Mm.
Like finally just like bite the bullet and just like do it, and you might love it and you might look back on it in 3 years, or you guys might not ever post anything again, but at least you tried it and then it's done.
Hmm.
So I would give it a go and let me know what happens if you guys do, and let me know what page it is because I'd love to follow it if you guys
Yeah, I can
end
send
up
you the
doing that.
I can send you the page. I can do that. Cause I still know the name off the top of my head, so I can send it no
That's
problem.
so cute. And has she not, she hasn't posted anything yet?
It's been so long, I honestly don't remember. I think she did at least 2 posts because I remember I put it on my
Okay.
Instagram story saying follow my wife's art page or I'm gonna punch you or something like that.
Oh, wait, how long ago was that? I wonder if I'm already following her.
Oh man, it was either late last year or early this year. I can't remember.
I wonder if I. That's hilarious. Hey,
Yeah,
that's what good husbands do.
I was like, I'm gonna slap you or I'm gonna punch you or something. I forget what I put, something like that.
That's so cute. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the angel number ones, and I actually want to do one more thing with you. That's actually not cards, which is kind of fun.
Sure.
Okay. All my cards are crazy. Thank you for staying up so late with me. How late is it there right now?
I don't even know. 11:30.
Oh my god.
This is nothing.
We're almost.
I do this every Friday, Saturday. I'm up till probably 1 in the morning, so this is nothing. I'm good.
Really?
I
That's
gotta,
awesome,
yep,
though.
gotta work. Content don't make itself.
I know. Has it been like a lot, or does it still like feel like you're driven to do it? Because sometimes like you're driven, and then some days you're like, I guess I'm just doing this, you know?
Well, the way this year's gone for me emotionally, I have my on and off days. Um,
Hmm.
but recently I've just been like, for me, I go through motivational videos and I go through stuff just try to see if I can find something to amp me up to get back to normal. And
Hmm.
I found one from Tom Brady. Yeah, I know. I'm from Massachusetts, of course. That's why it resonated with me very well.
I love
But
it.
he said, fuck your tired body. Get up, go to work. Because don't if you're gonna sit there and be lazy, it's better for your competition. And I was like, hell yeah! I was like, I'm gonna go to work. So so it helped me get that spark again.
I love that. That's amazing. Hey, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are just numbers. Okay, so there's something called angel numbers, and like when like some people see the clock and they're like, oh, 11, 11, make a wish, or like there's certain numbers that
Oh
like
yeah.
for me
Yeah.
I see 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, like random things. So these are numbers and then like kind of what they mean, and these are just ones that have to kind of like have a touch on your life right now. I guess it's a good way of saying it.
Okay.
So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck, progress, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. You're on the right track, and someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall into place.
Hmm.
Then we have 1, 5, 1, 5, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. It's funny because we talked about all the people seeing your light and they're like coming your way, but they're
Mm-hmm.
just not here yet.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most
Always
tremendous
do.
success comes from passion. And we keep talking about your passion and
Yeah.
everything being having to do with your money and job.
Yeah.
All efforts will be rewarded big time. Ooh, then we have 0, 0, 0, 0, all zeros.
How's that
Limitless
lucky?
potential.
To me,
Well, we're gonna find
zeros is
out.
unlucky. To zeros, nothing. That means that's unlucky.
But what if you have 1,000 zeros? All it takes is one one before it, and all of a sudden that's a lot better.
Yeah,
So,
before it.
hey, don't cut down too much on those zeros. They can make a one go from a one to 1,000. So we gotta be nice to our zeros.
That's true.
So reset, relaxation, unknown surrender, finish line. That's kind of funny that that came up.
Huh.
Finish line, success, and victory, because we were talking about how you're almost to your finish line. It serves as a
Mm.
timely reminder that anything can be accomplished if you can dream it. There's no reason you can't make it a reality if something is in the possession of another person. It is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of the tension and relax.
Hmm.
Then lastly, we have 1, 5, 5, 1, which is hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, and vision and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Yeah, I feel like those did kind of like touch on some of the things that we
Hmm.
said, like, focus on the things that are truly, going to be for your greatest good. And that like so many good things are coming. Like people have already noticed you and they're coming your way. They're just not here yet. So just,
Hmm.
be patient and just trust in yourself, trust in your vision and everything like that. And like so much good is going to come. Like you're really going to do some cool things and be very successful, but like success is different to everybody. You're going to be truly successful in the way that you'll feel like proud of yourself and that you did all the things that you wanted to do. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing some great things. Just make sure that, when you feel like you do get overwhelmed, you take your space that you need. and that you are always very honest about your feelings when you get overwhelmed to your wife, because she's going to help you a lot when things start to get a little tough. You don't always have to act tough in front of her. And when things do get a lot, making sure that you have clear communications with everything. So we're going to do one more thing.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of like check in on everything. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be going and like trying to clear all your chakras necessarily. They might have me do that, but I feel like there's like a lot of messages that are going to hit, I guess, different aspects of you. So what we're going to do is we are going to close our eyes. We're going to take some breaths, and I'm going to ask you if you're welcome to messages and energy, and you respond to that however you feel like. You might not be welcome to anything. And then I'm just going to kind of start going through, I guess, like all of your little energy pools is a good way of saying.
Okay.
So I know it's kind of a wild time. It's probably a little wild and different. But I appreciate you going through this all with me. I hope I haven't weirded you out too much.
Nah,
Even though you thought I was in your house. But I promise I'm not in your house. I'm
all right, fine.
many states
you have
away.
Cameras in my house. Okay, all right.
Okay, so take a really deep breath in.
Okay.
And release. And take one more in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to release every stress that you've had today and all the crazy thoughts that might be running through your mind, and just let them go for a minute. They can come back if they're meant to.
Okay.
And we're going to do one more breath of that. So breathe in and release. So right now I'm kind of looking at your crown chakra. So that little energy pool kind of has to do with your connection with like your angels, spirit guides, spirit, universe, whatever, works with you, whatever feels right.
Yeah.
It's very interesting with yours because usually they talk to people a lot in their head. But for you, it's like there's enough going on in your head, so it's almost like they like shoot straight for your heart more. I feel like how they want to communicate with you is they try to drive you with your heart. And it's kind of funny because I feel like your heart and your head are always like battling each other.
Yep.
I think that you need to start trusting your heart a little bit more, because that's where your angels and everybody are trying to guide you. Because if they started trying to be another voice in your head, you're just going to question it more. If it's your heart, you can't really question it the same way as being like, oh, it's just another thought. It's like, okay, but this is what really feels right. So just know that they live in there. And when you get that powerful pull from your heart, you should really, really, really listen to it and stop questioning it so much, because it's taking you in the right direction. It can be really hard to let go of that control and kind of hop into that unknown, because I feel like, you want to see the finish line. You don't want to just go into the fog and think that you're going to reach it.
Right.
It's okay to kind of walk out a little bit more blindly, because you're still walking in the right direction. I feel like something that they keep wanting to let you know is stop trying to put together how you want to get to your goal. Just say, I want to get to my goal, and they will take you there in the best way possible for you. Because again, if you go that straight forward and you don't take your little detours, you might not be meeting the right people. You might not be making certain connections. You might not be learning certain things that will keep you at your goal and help you go further than what your goal is. So just trust your heart a little bit more than you have thus far.
Okay.
Then we're going to your third eye. So your third eye has to do with how you can kind of see, usually like spirits and stuff like that. Yours is pretty much just shut, because I don't think that that's really something you need to be dealing with right now. It's not something that's really important for you in your life right now. That might change one day, but right now they're like, this isn't really a place of focus. So keep going.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Interesting.
So next So next we're going to go to your throat. So this has to do with being able to speak your mind and being able to speak your heart as well. I feel like sometimes you have a little bit of trouble speaking your mind, not because you don't have the confidence to do so, but I feel like there's so much going on in your head. Sometimes it's hard to find which words you're even supposed to say, I guess. It's like there's so many different thoughts that you're like, wait, which one's the right one to say?
Yeah. Yep.
So I feel like what they're wanting to tell you is that it's not about confidence when you're able to speak, it's about having clarity. So when
Okay.
those thoughts start to get a little overwhelming, you need to start writing some of them down so you can see them clearly and you're giving them an output at the same time. You're giving them like an outlet to come out and be in the world where you can see them and then start to figure out which one is actually the best course of action. They really
Okay.
want you to start writing stuff down because there's just too much for one person to try to look at a time or hear at a time. So just start letting them out so that you can have a lot more clarity and not have so much racing in your head all the time because that's not really a great way to live. It might
Okay.
be a little weird at first when you do that because it might be a little bit more quiet and then you'll be like, wait, what's happening?
Hmm.
But you're meant to have peace every once in a while. And you don't always have to be focusing on goals. You're allowed to take a breath every once in a while. It doesn't have to be a break, but you're allowed to take a breath every once in a while and try to get everything organized. I feel like that's kind of what they're trying to say is like organizing and organizing your thoughts. And that way you can approach things much better. So now with your heart, I feel like you have definitely like a heart of gold. It is strong. Nothing can like penetrate and hurt it that easily. Like honestly, really at all. You have a heart of gold. Like it's protected, it's good, and it's pure. But I feel like it's interesting because having such a pure, strong heart, you don't listen to it as much as you should. You
I
you
don't.
need to
I
trust it a
don't.
little bit more. Because you have it for a reason. You have it for a reason. That's all that they want me to say for the rest of the stuff with your heart is you have that for a reason. Use it. Now we're going to go down to your solar plex. So this has to do with self-confidence, how you view yourself, and I guess like the confidence in your life that you feel like impact that you feel. And I guess like when you say something, like what standing you have behind that. It feels like you definitely have some. Like it's not bad, but I feel like in order in order for you to feel even stronger in all that and not have any worries or like necessarily fears with who you are, what you're doing, and being good enough, you need to again start listening to your heart more because those should be connected, not separate.
Hmm.
I feel like your self-worth is not, it's not, what's the word? Your self-worth is not equal to what you are doing in this world. Like what you do each day, what you accomplished at work, what you have accomplished with, streaming or your Instagram or content, things like that. That does not amount to your self-worth. Your self-worth is how you go into each day, your morals, and the kind of person you are, not the kind of person that you're having people try to see you be. So they just want you to kind of like sit with that for a little bit, just to kind of see like, okay, like just because I didn't get this many views doesn't mean that I'm not an incredible person and that I'm not good at it. They just want to make sure that you don't get in your head with things like that because those failures of the outside don't have to do with failures of the inside. There weren't failures in the inside. Okay, so with family, I feel like you do have, so that's what your next one is, sorry.
Yep.
So you have like your stomach pretty much. So that's where your family lives. And again, that support that you had throughout your life is definitely still there. And it has created an amazing foundation for you that you can spread that support throughout the world too, and throughout your relationships and the people that you care about. It's truly a gift that you've been giving. I feel like everybody has been given a gift. This is one of yours. You have more than just this, but this is one of yours, and I think that you should be a little more, I guess, like proud of yourself for it. It's really not a gift that everybody has. I know that it's been your norm, but you touch people in such an interesting way where you make people feel safe. And that's honestly a really cool thing that I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit for, because it's not something that everybody experiences in their life, or not as much as you have. And so when you're able to show people what their life can be like, it definitely touches people more than I think you give yourself credit for, and more than you realize. Okay, lastly, we have your root chakra. So this has to do with grounding. This has to do with like where you stand, feeling stable, which is not a super hard thing for you. Um, but I do feel like right now it feels like even though you're strong and you can stand tall, make sure that your roots, imagine you're a tree, make sure that your roots are spread far enough that if a wind really comes to sweep you away, you don't move unless you want to. Because even though you're strong, you might still be upright, but the wind might take you across another state, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Make sure that it's where it's up to you whether or not you're going to be dragged somewhere else. So just focusing on grounding yourself, creating foundations here, and creating almost like little anchors that you can pull up or put down whether you want to or not. Because there's more to strength, there's more to standing up than just strength. And I think that that's going to be a little bit of a journey for you to figure out too. So I do feel like it's something that they just want you to be a little bit aware of, and another thing to just kind of think about sometimes. Like, okay, there's more to being strong than just standing up straight. Like, there's more to it. How can I create those anchors, and how can I make sure that if a storm blows, I'm not getting pulled where I don't want? Just because I don't fall over doesn't mean that I wasn't moved, kind of a thing.
Right.
All right. So perfect. Also, this is super random and weird. Do you have a dog? Or did you have a dog?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like your dog thinks about you a lot, and this is gonna sound so silly. Your dog wants to bring you more comfort. So I feel like when your dog is cuddling you and trying to give you that love, you need to allow yourself to receive it more and know how deep it is. There's something special about a dog's love where they love you unconditionally. And I just feel like your dog really, really wants you to feel it. But sometimes you're like, okay, well, here's just my, like my little pillow. You know what I mean? Like, as silly as that sounds, but like, when you're watching a movie and you hold on to your pillow, like that's how I feel with my dog sometimes. It's like, they're just like my safety that's always there. He just like really wants you to like feel it more, like feel that like love, and maybe like take a minute to just sit with your dog without anything on, and it's just you two, and you can talk to them, you can like pet them, like whatever you want. But I feel like that's going to be a really healing and bonding experience for both of you, that I feel like is really important in your life right now.
Now
your dog's definitely there for a
that
reason.
specific into what the dog is feeling. I think the animal you're thinking of is a bunny, because a bunny
Really?
is what I actually have. My parents have a dog, but he's in the house. He's a year old, but my pet is a bunny.
It's a bunny.
Yeah.
Okay, is your bunny white? Or what color is your bunny?
Brown and white, yeah.
Okay. I just know that there's something white on it. That's why I thought it was like a little white dog or something. I was like, what is this?
A little bunny.
That's a Well, I think you need to spend a little bit more cuddle time with your bunny. Your bunny's really trying, man.
Yeah. Well, because when he said dog, I was like, oh yeah, there is a dog. Because I went with it. I was, oh yeah, we have
Your
a dog.
dog.
And then as soon as you said cuddle time and stuff, I was like, that doesn't sound like the dog at all. I was like, oh, I know who this is. It's my baby boy. That's who it is.
Oh, I love that so much. That's so special. Oh my God. I love that. I think that people don't always realize that like rodents can be so affectionate and special. Like that's how my chinchilla was. It's like she was literally like a person. It was kind of scary sometimes. Uh,
Oh, he's a
you an alien or something?
He's a spoiled
Like,
brat.
oh man.
He's spoiled.
I love that. That's so awesome. Well,
Yeah.
maybe spend a little bit of time with just him. Oh, just him. I know it might seem like a little silly, but I don't know. Like just a little one-on-one. It doesn't have to be all the time.
I love it.
Okay, good. I think you need to spend with the TV off, all of it, just the two of you for a split second, just like a couple minutes, and just see how you feel after. I really do feel like it'll be healing for both of you. I feel like he's really been trying to give it to you, but you just haven't been like looking enough. I don't know. It's like not that you're not looking at him, but like fully absorbing it, I think is a better way of saying it.
Yeah, I
There's
love
like
cuddling with him when I know I had a bad day. I always do it on purpose. It's like he knows. He goes up to his cage door when I have a bad day. It's like he knows. As soon as I walk into the room, he's like, Dad, come pick me up. I know you had a bad day.
He definitely does know. That's so sweet. No, he definitely knows, and
Yeah, he's a good
I don't know,
boy.
you guys have a very special connection. I don't know, I love it. I feel
Yeah,
like
we
it's
do.
almost like he chose you, kind of a thing.
Yeah, don't
Oh
tell
man,
don't
I
tell my
love that.
wife that though. She'll be mad. But we all know he's a daddy's boy. He loves me.
I'm
to
like,
death.
he still loves her, but it's just different. There's like
Yeah.
that's the thing with animals is sometimes they just like connect with a certain person different.
And I wonder too if it's an alpha male thing. Sometimes that is the key element as well. Because
Yeah.
I'm the disciplinary for him and the one that gives him all the toys and the treats and stuff.
I love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah, he's litter box trained. He's a smart boy.
I love that. I think that's so
Proud of that little
special.
guy. He's so cute.
That's so fun. All right, so take one more deep breath in and let it all out.
All right.
All right, how do you feel with everything? I love that we got to end with bunny talk. I love that. I think that's so perfect.
That was so much.
I know.
It was so interesting because it was
Yeah?
so accurate. Like
Yeah?
99% just because I thought when you said dog, I went with dog until I realized the cuddle time. I was like, oh no, it's the bunny, it's not the dog.
I was like, there's something about cuddles. I was like, yeah, maybe. I love that.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
As soon as you brought up cuddles, I knew. I was like, that little bastard. I was like, of course.
That is so cute. I love that he like came through. He was like, "Hey, give thumbs up,"
Yeah, he's like,
Like
Dad,
me.
come on.
because we don't all
Dad.
speak bunny. That's so cute. I love that so much. What's your bunny's name?
Brownie.
Oh my God, stop. That's so cute.
Yeah, he's a brown and white velveteen rabbit.
Oh my gosh. Well, you definitely have to send me a picture.
Oh, I got plenty.
Okay, good. And I hope that this
Love it.
helps them, or like, I don't know, I hope it helps like reassure you or give you validation or help to like just kind of guide you in a right direction kind of a thing, or just give you some kind of comfort and peace. I really do. Especially because this was your first time, right?
Yeah, I've never done anything like this before. Nothing.
It's definitely a weird experience. I'm still new to like really like giving it to people that I guess like I don't just like hang out with every day, like, you know, family and friends. Like I've been really trying to branch out. So I always love hearing feedback. So thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Of course, because the crazy thing is, because like we never talked like this ever before. We've
No.
messaged each other. I chat in your streams, and we do this first time ever. It's like you know my whole life already. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just like It's like your angels have been trying to talk to you for so long and they finally get a chance to. Like, honestly, that's just, I'm just like the freaking vessel. Like, I just
Yeah,
let whatever you need to hear come out. So
yeah.
I
That
guess
that
that's why it's like I'm in your house.
that was very very interesting. It was really cool because a lot of it was spot on,
Yay!
and some of the stuff was like you right at the end. We're talking about listen to your heart more. I was even telling my wife earlier. I was like, I think I'm getting my old self back because I'm starting to go back to like my roots. I guess is how I'll say it.
I love that.
And the old
Yeah.
me always went with what his heart said. And the new me, I never, I stopped listening to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah,
Oh,
after this year, I don't know. It changed me. I mean, it was a bad way why I had to change, but it changed me. I'm
yeah.
starting to go back to the old me.
I really love that though. I love that. The old but new and improved at the same time. It's just
Yes.
combining all the lessons that you learned and all the things that you've achieved, but you can finally start to feel, I guess, like soft again. I feel like you got a little too hardened.
Yeah, I always say my job did that to me. Because as soon as I started this job, I started getting rough edges instead of being so nice and smooth with stuff.
Maybe this job isn't, your long-term forever retirement job.
I trust me, it won't be.
Oh man. Hey, that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to go through uncomfortable stepping stones to get to where you're supposed to be.
I only do the job I have until content is full time, and then I leave as soon
Mm-hmm.
as content's full time.
Yay! It'll happen. It really will.
Oh man,
All right, well,
I
I'll
hope
let
so.
you go relax. I appreciate you taking this time. I really hope that it helped. And if your wife says, I'm so curious if you end up talking to her about it, like what she'll think.
Yeah. I know she's dead asleep now. There's no way she's awake.
Oh, I love it.
But
And then
yeah,
don't forget to send
definitely.
me a picture of your bunny.
Oh, of course. And I recorded all this too. Is there anything you don't want in this? Just so I know. Anything I should chop,
No,
or are you good with? I won't do the full
whatever
thing
you want to put out.
because
It's a long.
yeah. Well, and I had it when we are in Discord at first, so obviously I'll chop that segment out and I'll just go into more on
Yeah.
Instagram instead. But it'll take me a bit.
Whatever you want to put out there, you do it. I'm not worried. I know it'll work out exactly how it's supposed to. So just whatever you feel. Hey, listen to your heart. Follow your heart.
Yeah.
If it feels like you need to cut something out, cut it out. If you feel like you don't, you don't. Don't
Yeah.
worry about me. I'm really not worried about it.
That's just a respect factor. That's all. I always respect whoever I work with. I ask before I do. I like to make sure.
Thank you. And honestly, I'm just happy to do this. Like, even if it wasn't like on a collaboration respect or like work thing, like truly, I hope I helped. Like, that's all that really matters to me. So thank you.
You definitely did. And any links you have, make sure you send my way so I can put them in the description and all that. So I can make sure I have those already.
Okay. Perfect. It's pretty much just my Instagram and my link tree. That's all I got.
Okay.
I'm not that fancy yet.
Okay. Well, I
And
don't
one day
know.
I'll stream again. It's just hard to do anything upstairs. Like the loft is right outside my kids' rooms.
Oh,
And that's where
gotcha.
my PC is, so it's been rough, man.
No.
One day. Well, have a good night. Stay safe.
Thanks. You too.
And don't forget to send bunny pictures. Okay,
Oh, I
bye.
won't. Bye. Holy shit. She